psychopath in a cult because a prophet told me to, and I am now telling you the story of how I finally started to deconstruct all of Bethel's crazy beliefs. So where we left off is that I started to date my husband, Bran. So one day, it's like 2 weeks in, we are still early days, we are not officially dating, but I am laying on this picnic table, and he is just, I love my husband. I'm going to cry. No, he is just amazing. Like, anybody who meets him thinks he's wonderful because he is a truly kind and empathetic person. He cares about human rights, and he is just like genuinely for the hearts of people. And he wants everybody to feel heard and understood. So was it great that I jumped into this relationship? Like, I don't necessarily recommend that. That is, I'm not sitting here being like, now go get a rebound, okay? But my husband is genuinely such a pure soul. Like, he is sunshine in this life, and I just completely lucked out. Like, completely lucked out. I don't even know how. So I am laying on this picnic table, and I am telling him about Bethel for the first time in detail. Like, he knew that I had wanted to be a missionary and that I went to a ministry school, but this is when I really started to explain everything to him. And I was like, please don't judge me. Like, and I started telling him about the fire tunnels and the prophecy and just some of the crazier beliefs that Bethel has, like the healing rooms. And he is listening to me, and as I'm talking, I feel like I sound crazy. Like, and I think that when you are in these atmospheres, you get so wrapped up in these atmospheres, and you are in a constant bubble of people using the same verbiage. Like, when you are in a cult, everything just seems so normalized. Like, these things don't sound crazy because everybody's saying them. Like, you are so indoctrinated to believe that your beliefs are just super chill. Like, these are fine. These are totally normal. And also, I was in a state of chaos in my relationship with Ted. So while I had started to question a couple things while I was with Ted, I also felt like now is not the time. Like, I don't have the mental capacity to go down that way. And also, I didn't feel like it was safe to go down that way because I was already being abused for changing in Ted's mind. So here I am laying on this picnic table and thinking to myself, like, feeling that I am safe for the first time. Like, I am finally in a place of calm after this insane storm, and I can actually sit and process this, and I can come to any conclusion I want, and I don't have to worry about pissing Ted off if I start to question things, because in this period I was in, I really felt like I could not question anything. So as I'm saying this to him, I'm starting to realize, wow, I'm talking to like a normal person, you know, and as he's talking to me, you know, he is thinking that this is all so crazy. Like, he's being so sweet, but he's like, wow, I've never heard of that, because he was raised Catholic. And obviously I know some people have bad experiences with the Catholic Church, so I'm not sitting here saying like, and Catholicism is the way. Okay, but what I will say is my husband is completely untraumatized by religion. Like, untraumatized. He's just like, God loves me, God loves you, and we be vibing. Like, I mean, he just has this very simple faith, and for the first time it felt like maybe loving God didn't need to be so complicated. And I started to really realize how complicated and crazy all of these beliefs that Bethel had, and how many of them are not really backed by the Bible, or they're taken out of context. So now I'm really just starting to sit with that for the first time, and now I have this safe person that I'm able to process all of my feelings and emotions with. And I felt, and I still feel, and I've said this before, that I truly think that Bran is the reason that I'm still able to call myself a Christian, or call myself a Christ follower, or love Jesus at all, because I think that without him, I would not have been able to take this crazy religious web that I was in and boil it down to something so simple and say, like, God, this needs to be enough, like, for now. Like, I can't do anything much harder than this. And in the next video, I will talk about like what I believe. And I mean, I'm sure that we're not all going to agree. Humanity is vast, and I don't expect people to agree with me on everything, but I have some beliefs that I will share in the next video. But one thing I did want to say is, if anybody wants to have a deep theological fight with me on TikTok or in the comments, it's just like not gonna happen. And here's the reason why. I genuinely am so burned by theology and stuff, and I have been in this space where I just have to believe that God is going to have grace for me figuring things out. So I don't really care to really get into it all that deeply. I'm not in that place currently, and I know that like a lot of people who are deconstructing, they're going into the word and they're, I don't know, trying to figure out what exactly they believe, what does the word actually say, and I have not actually done that yet. I do not feel ready to do that, and it actually does not interest me, like, at all, because in my mind, and I'll get into it more in the video, but I'm more just like about love at a very basic level. So follow for the next part and I'll get more into my beliefs there.